Champion Garage, and again we are back at the shop here trying to look at what we're doing and what we have done. The reason I've not been doing any filming here lately is because my camera has been messed up. So I went ahead and ordered the GoPro Hero 9, and so now we're going to be doing some filming today and trying out the camera. And so where we are with the project now is we pretty well got it ready to mock start. The problem that we've had is that the Holley EFI system that I ordered, something's not right. And so Anderson Motorsports has tried to make things right by us, and where we're at right now is that the computer was sent back to Anderson Motorsports, and Donnie over there has been working with the Holley rep, Rick, to try to figure out what's going on. And basically where we left off at the last video here was that it would turn over, build oil pressure, it would read everything correctly except for the RPM, and which is read off of these on the distributor. And so let me show you what I've got going on here. The distributor here, and as you can see, it is MSD distributor, and it is not picking up any signal. So when it was new, when the system was new, it would still not pick up that signal. So I don't know as of yet what's going on, what to do about that. We'll see what it's going to do. He said, Donnie said over at Anderson, it was missing the tune, and so I don't know what's going on there. I want to show you some of these things. So anyway, basically tomorrow that's going to be in. I want to show you some of this. Those wires are extra big. Also the Holley BBK 61 millimeter in full swing there. Just kind of looking at some of this. Again, this is kind of rough looking right now, but it won't be. Now look how bad that transmission looks. Now I want to show you something. Look here. Look at the weld where we welded that frame together. Oh, guess what? You can't find the weld because it's that good. That mark there's a smudge that I did. That's not where we even welded. Look at that. You can see the inside of the frame where we did weld it. We're gonna plate that steel. But look at the outside of this frame, guys. That is so slick. The weld, as you can see, is right, well, I can't even see it on this side. But look at that. That is clean. Check out the rest of the frame. We've got it pretty well powder coated, or not powder coated, but painted. And it's looking pretty good. Look at the front end. As you can see, I've got it took off. The reason I have that took off is right here is our problem. Here is the 5 by 4.5 bolt pattern. Okay, the Bronco is 5 by 5. So what I have, and I don't know where they're at. Here we go. Are these? These are the 5 by 4.5 adapters to the 5 by 5.5. So basically this is going to bolt to this bolt pattern and convert that to your pattern that you're running on your wheels. The reason I'm doing this is because I've already spent $1,540 on a new set of tires, and those wheels are really nice. And today, if I was to sell those wheels, I tried to sell them for $2,200 and could not get anywhere with them. So now there's no point in doing that. I've got a friend of mine that's going to machine the center hub out to 87.1 millimeters. That is what this is. Actually, he's going to machine it out to probably like 86.9 millimeters, something along those lines, which will give us the clearance for the Dana 44 front hubs. Okay? So, that's going to allow the wheels that come on this truck to work on the new frame. Again, you're not going to want to swap this stuff over, as I've mentioned in time past, because you're getting the heavier duty frame, you're getting the wider axle pattern, and not only that, but with the full-size Bronco, you're going to get a lot of accessibility accessories, ability to accessorize way more than what you would on the Bronco 2s. The paint now is dry, as you can tell, on the Bronco 2, and it looks really good. There's a little bit of warpage, which I'm going to try to take and maybe give a little bit of pecking here with maybe a rubber mallet to try to smooth some of that out. It was where I was welding in these lips. Again, this is not a show truck. This is a buggy that I'm not really going to take off the road, but I will some. But this is something that's going to be just really cool, aggressive, and reliable. That's the thing with the 2.9s, is you cannot get that reliability. And so that's what I want to have with the combination. I want the little body of the Bronco 2, the uniqueness of that, with the full-size frame, and again, the ability to accessorize. Because when you get inside of this, when you get to the 2.9, you have no ability to really upgrade with the stock setup. You can say, well, I'm going to go ahead and just throw a 302 in it. Well, you've got to upgrade the transmission, which in turn, you've got to upgrade the rear end. If you're going to do anything with four-wheel drive, you're going to have to upgrade the front end. And again, I guess you could do that with that frame, but you've still got that small frame. And then you're having to deal with the bigger axles and that sort of thing. I would rather I think it's going to be cheaper, maybe a little bit more work, but I believe it's going to be cheaper to just swap this body over. So right now, where I'm waiting on is I'm just waiting on getting that engine running. Once the engine runs, once everything's good there, I've got to replace the rear main seal, clean up the transmission. I'm going to take the transmission loose there, and also put a different pan on it. I've still got to cut the drive shaft. That's something we've not done yet, but I'm in kind of a waiting period. The truck right there, as we stand and sit waiting on parts, I'm waiting on them wheels. Okay, so that until I get the wheels, until I get the engine running, I'm kind of at a standstill. I want to make sure that the engine comes up. I've got you can see here my jerry-rigged, radiator mount. Again, this is temporary. It's not something that's going to be, permanent, but it is something that it will work. It'll hold the coolant, and then it kind of is a mock stand. Now, I guess I could make something to kind of hold that up without going to the ground, but this was just something I thought of just in a couple of minutes. And so we're pretty close. Now, as far as the fuel tank goes, I'm going to take the original 33-gallon tank, take this tank over here, and I'm going to pull that sending unit out, and I'm going to test the sending unit and make sure that it works. And then I'm going to rob the fuel pump out of the Bronco too, because it's got a wall barrel 255 out of my Mustang. And so I just had one laying around. This fuel pump went out, so I mocked it up. But let me show you this. Let me show you what we're working on here. See what you all think, because it does really look good. So I mean, it's not perfect, but look at that texture. I'm really tickled with how this came out. Am I perfect? No. I really messed up one spot. I'll show you. I don't know how the roof looks. What do y'all think? I've kind of got light up there. My tent guy didn't do too good. Look at those bubbles. I don't know if you don't see that. Look at that. That is terrible. Look, even got a hair in it. We're gonna have to have that redone. That ain't gonna fly. All right, over here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of waves in those fenders. A guy actually was gonna give me them nice lipped fenders for a Jeep. I thought about putting on this. We'll see how that works out. I don't know what that's gonna hold. I've still got to undercoat this. Right here's the spot I don't like. I taped that off and I got a little close and it kind of created a difference in that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to maybe blend that. You're gonna really see. That did not make me happy that I did that. I got way too close. I was trying to get it done fast instead of just trying to blend this, and it turned out really bad. So I'm gonna have to work on that spot. The hood's done, as you can see. And it does in the camera, it picks up these lines. I don't think you can see that in person. And I did do the bottom side too. And y'all can't really see that either. But the bottom side of the hood is that way as well. As far as this truck goes, it's pretty well on stands until it's ready to go back together. I'm not putting all the headlights and stuff on because it's untelling what I'm gonna have to take off behind this grill. But I've got the rock guard on. Everything's looking pretty good. Inside, a bird has even crapped on my Bronco inside this place. But it turned out really good. I done the door jambs as well. I didn't get them super coated. They're a little light, but you're not gonna be able to tell that. But it turned out really, you can see it turned out really good, which we're not in the sun, you know. As far as interior goes, I'm gonna do everything in black. I'm gonna get the Corbeau seats, but remember these seats here will be probably for sale. These are factory seats, and in really, you can see I keep them covered. They're in really good condition. Look at that. The only bad thing on both the seats, and it's not, the other one's not this way, there's just a hair bit of wear right there on this seat. Outside of that, they're in really good condition. Probably even the back seats will be for sale. I also did the trunk that way as well. I done the door jambs and stuff in it. And as you can see, and I got a little light there too. But you're not gonna see that unless you watch my YouTube channel. Disclaimer. Since the last video, we do have the headers on and wrapped, as you can see, on both sides. One thing I also have to do is right here. You see how that's hitting the frame? That's not gonna work. And the reason that is when I was putting this pan on, my powder coated pan, I had to lift the motor and I didn't get it setting in the cradle perfect. So the motor needs to scoot that way just a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of an update, what we've got. Looking at the future to our shop, we are coming probably June, the Father's Day weekend. We are doing for our customers only. This is the first place prize. This is snap-on 3/8 flexible head ratchet, brand new, and red in color, and that's going to be the first place prize. So be trying to, again, if you're a customer, this will be, it'll just be a drawing. You'll get this. You will get a Champion Garage shirt, and you will also get a candle for, you know, obviously a lot of my customers are men, so you'll get a candle to take home to your wife for where you've been. You have to be here to put in the for the contest, and you don't have to be here to win. But at the midway toward the end there, we will have the answers, or the drawing to the first place prize is going to be the Snap-on Ratchet t-shirt candle. Second place prize, I haven't decided yet. Let me show you what some options would be. Let me see what you all think. Second place prize could be one of these nice T-handle sets. You all just kind of let me know what you think in the comments there. These obviously these are mine, but I will buy you a set for second place prize. What your options are is Torx, metric, or standard. These are the T-handle sets from Snap-on. I thought about making that the second place prize, and third place prize will be a shirt and candle alone. So there'll be no tool with third place prize. That being said, as well, we will be doing a like I said, a gathering here at the shop on Father's Day weekend. That's on a Saturday, and we're gonna have those. We're gonna have a raffle as well. There'll be one raffle giving away the Snap-on ratchet. Okay, those ratchets are valued at somewhere $170. So you're not getting a piece of junk. You're getting high quality, and then obviously if you have any trouble, my Snap-on rep will be at the gathering. So if you have any problems, you can bring it to me, and the parts will be replaced. So that's a wonderful thing to have the support of that. Let me show you what I've got going on here at the shop right now. Now, here we go. Check out the nice old CJ7. Customer of mine has brought this in, and he had some running issues, and basically it would not RPM was elevated very high. Somebody has swapped a little 4-cylinder Chevrolet engine in it. And so Miles replaced that carburetor and tuned it in. Okay, also at the shop is the Jeep TJ that I've done quite a bit of work to since it's been here. This one's going to be in upcoming videos, maybe some how-to videos, but it's a pretty nice old Jeep. It's a 2.5, but it's had several things that we've had to do to it, but upcoming videos we're going to be doing some stuff. We'll probably be dropping the tank and changing the fuel filter and that sort of thing. We've also got the Spartan zero-turn grounds mower. Just got it serviced, ready for the season. And then another thing that we just got done doing is somebody brought in this old Chevrolet with another Rochester carburetor, and boy, it was running rough. And so now we have it looking a lot better. And so now obviously the Rochester carburetors I'm not a fan of, never been a fan of. I'm not something that I'm really comfortable with. I can never get them adjusted right. But this come in with a lot of wiring issues, and I know it's not perfect. As you can see, there's some wires back there I didn't touch, but you know, some of the things is just cleaning up the mess. And so I've got this one running really good now, and a lot of it is due to the Edelbrock carburetor. So just a little word of advice for anyone out there that's watching. that's a fan of carburetors, my high recommendation to you is running the Edelbrock setup. And so that's on this now, and appreciate this customer for bringing this to me and allowing me to just do whatever I needed to do to make it run right. So anyway, that's where we are with the shop. One other thing I'll mention before we get off this video, this update video, is that the old golf cart here, shop golf cart, well, the whole front end is wore out on it. We put it on the lift, and you can kind of see how that front left wheel, let me straighten these wheels up, front left wheel, where you can see it, it is really towed in at the top. And the reason it is, it's not out of adjustment, but the bushings are just so wore out of it. This was probably an earlier lift kit for these golf carts, these Jake's lift kit here, and so I'm going to upgrade this with the A-arm suspension. Pretty much, it's a whole new heavy-duty suspension kit on that, so I'll probably make a video about that as well. So anyway, that is that's just a update video. Since I now have this camera, I'll do some of these videos in the future, and I'll try to use the camera here to document what I'm doing, because before I just really didn't have that ability with the camera I was using. It wasn't uploading right, it wasn't working right. So maybe now with what we're doing, hopefully everything works right. So this is going to be the end of this video. Like, comment, especially comment concerning all the stuff with the giveaway for all those that are around. If you're local to Russell Springs and want to come to the car show, you're more than welcome. Obviously, only customers are going to be allowed to participate in the giveaway, but there will be a raffle for anyone that comes. It will be a car show. There will be food here, and maybe a little entertainment. We'll see, but it's going to be good, clean fun, good music, and we encourage anybody to come Father's Day weekend here at Champion Garage. We'll see you next video.